Welcome back everyone, and it's time to go balls deep! And as promised, this is part 2 to a series I am doing on the channel, where I cover the real history and inspirations that helped Tabata create Black Clover. However, if you have not seen part 1, I'd highly suggest for you to go and watch it to enjoy this video at its full capacity. A lot of it won't make sense otherwise, as part 1 was the introduction. The link will be in the pinned comment and then you can come back to this. But those of you that are staying, you know what time it is.
It's showtime!
In today's video, I am going to cover the inspiration of the 7 gates of hell Nacht mentioned, Dante's ideology, and Asta's demon being a supposed king. I promise you, if you stick by the end of this video, you will learn so many mind-blowing things about Black Clover that wouldn't have crossed your mind. In part 1, I asked for all of you to hit the notification button and get the video to 20,000 likes, but you absolutely smashed it and I loved you guys. You actually surpassed your limits, in fact. So if you want a part 3 to this series where I will cover the devil sigils, Delima where Asta's 5th leaf design came from, or even the Viking mythology with William Idrisil magic that was created from, let's get this video to 30,000 likes. But before we start this video, today's sponsor will blow your minds. Wait, really? Yes, really! This might not be the isekai you wanted, but it's close enough with one of the best anime free-to-play MMORPGs called Aura Kingdom. You play as envoys of Gaia, being able to explore various regions of this spectacular world, which is all connected with a very engaging story that can honestly blow a lot of manga out of the park. No, I mean it. You think I'm gassing this shit up? Give it a go. There are also a wide range of options with roles from 16 different classes to choose from. And to top things off, this game has an amazing pet system in place, giving you guys endless things to grind on. The game is fairly easy to get the hang of, as it pulls you in with small problem solving tasks but speeds up in difficulty to keep things decently challenged throughout your experience. I gotta say, I won't blame you if you guys get sucked into this game just as I did. The PvE content within this game doesn't just consist only of dungeons, quests, guilds and daily activities, but has also several different professions such as fishing, cooking, archaeology and collecting. Players also have the opportunity to compete with other players via different PvP modes ranging from 5v5 to 50 vs 50. So if you are part of our join squad, you guys can even end up playing with us. So make sure to check the description link and the pinned comment of this video game. Go check it out, it's free, so it's worth a shot. The link will be in the description and pinned comment. From part 1 of this series and within our Black Clover community, most of us would know by now that Tabata has been inspired by books such as the Grand Grimoire, the Kabbalah and the Lesser Key of Solomon when it comes to the concepts regarding the devils in Black Clover. Dante mentioned in chapter 246 that they want to open the Tree of Qliphoth to release the other demons and Lucifer so that humanity can be destroyed, right? The Tree of Qliphoth, or the Tree of Death per se, is derived from the Kabbalah in real life, and is supposed to be the opposite of the Tree of Life and the Sephiroth that the elves represent in the manga. In chapter 263, we find out their plan from the Spade Spy. Nacht, the vice captain of the Black Bulls, explains that Lucifer's plan with Dante is to open the 7 gates of hell with Yami and William's magic so that they can unleash his full power, so that they can kill 90% of humanity and reign supreme, being the king of all the nations. The Tree of Life and Death is from the Kabbalah. But did you know the concept of the 7 gates of hell is too? In the book that I read called The Tree of Qliphoth and the Kabbalah Unveiled, I am just gonna show the pictures of them because man don't wanna get demonetized out here, you know what I'm saying? And yes, I actually read these books for this series. I mean, I know, can you believe that? Reading books in 2020, what a boomer I am. The FBI is probably putting me on a hit list learning all this devil stuff, but I'm sacrificing myself for you guys. But hey, it's worth it because I'm doing it for you guys, and I know all you lovely people that bought this Chad Asta Dante merch to support my channel, getting me 30,000 likes on this video. Like, come on, I'm gonna do part 3, right?
Woo! Yeah, baby!
The book describes one interpretation that the number 7 is a mystical number in itself, and its symbolism is associated both with the day side and the night side. There are 7 Sephiroth below the highest triad, and the 7 Qliphoth on the dark tree. There are also 7 days of the week, 7 chakras in the subtle body of man, 7 colors of the rainbow, and 7 classical planets. We speak of 7 seas, 7 wonders of the ancient world, 7 heavens, 7 deadly sins, and so on. On the tree of Sephiroth, the 7 lower realms correspond to the 7 days during which God created the world. So this is pointing towards the foreshadowing of how the Sephiroth and the elves have this divine revelation from the oracles, because this is based upon the real life events that Tabata is inspired from. Anyway, whilst the highest triad stands for ideas and divine consciousness, the 7 realms below correspond to the different levels of realization of ideas. The Qliphoth successfully undoes creation, making it possible for the initiate to create a world anew on the empty canvas of the void. The purpose of the 7 lower Qliphoth is to prepare the initiate for this step and the ordeal of the Gar'eg Shebla in the completion of this process. Now this makes even more sense in accordance to what Nacht says in the chapters, because he tells the captains and Asta that they only have 7 days to save Yami and William. Yami and William were used as a concept of the sacrifice instead, since the plan will complete that fast as the gates will open only 7 days. So this proves even further that this concept inspired Tabata. So some of you are watching this right now and probably thinking, damn, this shit is too anime balls deep.
I'm confused. I'm confused right now, G.
Well, don't worry, my G, I got you, because let's move on to Asta's demon and Dante's ideology.
Chotomate, anime balls deep senpai kun-san. Don't you think you're going a little too balls deep here? You might want to expand on this stuff.
I mean, I don't know how much more simple do I need to put it, guys. If you're still confused, let me know in the comment section. But, you know, 7 days, 7 nights, and 7 days of hell. Nox just mentioned all of that. I mean, bruh. Let's cover Dante first. A few seconds ago, I just said that the belief is when the Qliphoth completes, it can successfully undo creation, making it possible for the initiate to create the world anew on the empty canvas of the void. Doesn't that sound familiar too? Yes, it should, because that's Dante's plan with Lucifer. Dante is someone that believes in the ideology that humans are innately evil. He states in chapter 239 that he believes humans are evil incarnate. Rage, fear, hate, revenge, and evil is humanity's true nature that they deny. The current world is too dull for him and he wants to make a new one, right? We even see this in his backstory, where he is not satisfied by his achievements as a magic knight. Dante is not satisfied by having sex with a woman either, or anything else. In fact, when he was a teenager, killing an innocent dog, it was something fun for him. When Asta confronts Dante regarding the evil acts he has committed by doing treason, killing Yuno's parents, and sacrificing human lives for the Candelo and his own needs, Dante rebuttals by saying, if you're calling me evil, fam, then I'll take that as a compliment. He later reinstated his ideology to Asta in chapter 242 that Asta must have felt anger, hatred, and the power of malice himself, stating that unleashing your darkest emotions is what makes you most human and the true nature of humanity is evil. This is when Asta admits that even he feels this, but having a strong heart and controlling what he does is what makes him right and what makes him be a human. All of the Dark Triad have created a plan that was explained in chapter 252. The Heart Queen states their plan that they indeed want to create a new world, as it will destroy 90% of the humans and bring all the devils from hell into earth. Now I'm gonna do my best impression of Vanica here, but Vanica claims, I want to get all fight. Wait, what the f was that? I want to get all fired up with the tough guys who manage to survive in a place like that. Humans who are weak enough to die don't interest me. I don't even know what accent that was. I don't know what the fuck. Yo, bruh.
I don't want to edit this no more.
Now, the fun part is that Tabata implemented the Dark Triad and Dante's ideology to match the teaching of the Tree of Death, and he was inspired from it for his plan for Black Clover. This is because one heavy aspect of the Kabbalah is the depiction of both light and darkness as necessary aspects of the world system. Qliphoth means the emanations of the left side. The Qliphoth are negative or entropic beings in the universe and are the opposite of the positive primitive beings known as the Sephiroth, the elves in this case. These peels, shells or husks are the representation of evil or impure spiritual forces. That's what the Dark Triad are, right? The Qliphoth may consist of the spiritual energy obtained from either the living or the dead, and they encase themselves in the lighter, etheric shell bodies of the dead, but they are not the actual souls of the dead. They are an unnatural force in the universe which drives people towards death, self-destruction and suffering, because this is what the Qliphoth craves as food. So as you can see, this would explain Weg magic. If you use Weg magic, you lose humanity. That's why Dante, Vonica and Zenon refer themselves as not human anymore. And this would also explain the devil powers to incarnate themselves into humans. Devils can incarnate themselves into elves and other species that are living within the real world instead of being banished in hell. For devils to unleash their true power like Zagreus did, he needed Licht to enter despair and give up on his humanity and feed off his rage, as this is what the demons' food is per se and what their ideology actually sums up to. I mean, do you remember the scene when Asta entered Patrick's psyche and could see what he was feeling and all those evil emotions and he saved him? That perfectly sums it up. So Asta admitting that being evil makes him more powerful and Dante preaching on about it now makes even more sense, as it aligns with the concept of how Tabata created the devils in the manga. Furthermore, in the real life Kabbalah system, the realm of evil is also termed Sitra or Ahra or Ahra, or the other side per se once translated, which also confirms why the word magic devil and other demons, they call their magic otherworldly, right? So the Qliphoth obscure the divine light of the Sephiroth. The Qliphoth are represented by demons who live in what they call the places of impurity. While the Qliphoth are seen as evil, they are seen as necessary aspect of creation. Without something obscuring the full light of God, it would overwhelm reality, and reality as we know it would cease to exist. This explains why Dante says to Asta, Yami and pretty much everyone that he believes evil emotions are part of being human and that being evil is a necessity of life and the purest. Just like in Black Clover, Kabbalah distinguishes between the two realms in the Qliphoth. In the satanic temple of the Black Light, it depicts the Sephiroth as restrictive and the Qliphoth as liberating, saying that they are a process of freeing yourself from the forces of the Sephiroth and good life, right? They see breaking off from the universal order as acceptable. Now again, this is why the Dark Triad and Dante are playing this role accordingly in the story of Black Clover regarding the restrictive nature of Asta's ideology, for example, of what he can actually become if he gave into his evil emotions. Asta would be legit broken if he let the anti-magic demon do exactly what he wants, giving up his entire body and soul to him. The anti-magic demon said himself that Asta cannot withstand his full power when he said, I want to make a deal with you once again to save Yami's life. So imagine he decided to give his whole soul to him in chapter 97 when he asked him. I can go into further detail about how demons were created in Black Clover and what negative mana is, but again, I'll leave that for part 3 of this series. Make sure to turn your notifications on and let's get to 30,000 likes. So let's move on to Asta and his anti-magic demon. Before I go into detail about Astaroth, there is something I want to say because I want to shape this community properly. Recently, the notion of Asta's devil being a king or special is spreading really fast in the community, right? In fact, it's an idea that we all love. I love it, but you know, that's just it. It's an idea or theory. Remember guys, we did this whole series regarding who is the anti-magic demon series, and it's 4 parts. I mean, goddamn, that shit got 700,000 views each and 50,000 likes. At the end of the day, the possibilities are endless for all we know, and Asta's demon could be a nobody just like him that he befriends, and since they are so similar in their respective worlds with the discrimination, maybe the anti-magic demon is just overpowered because this is the first time he has ever had a vessel to complete his form. The point of these history videos is just to explain the fact that his name could be Astaroth, since the character and his powers are based on these real life inspirations. Alright, cool, so we seem to all be on the same page and I want that to happen. I love you guys. So a lot of you have been DMing me on Twitter, Discord and Instagram about the Astaroth demon prince or king aspect of this theory and analysis. For example, on Twitter, when I asked how would you react if it was revealed that Astaroth is indeed the demon, most of you said that you would actually be pleased with it. However, Roku Senpai said it would not make Asta special by not being special anymore. I feel like what the Witch Queen stated would be diminished. In my opinion, this would ruin some of Asta's character arc if the anti-magic demon is a king based on his power. So this is interesting because I do see the point here. Make sure to let me know what you think in the comment section below. Okay, so let's talk about Astaroth based upon the books I read for this history series. Well, earlier in the video, I mentioned Gaexhabla, right? How do I pronounce this? Gaexhabla? Guys, I tried to pronounce this at home, bro. You wouldn't even get this shit. But you get the point. In Kabbalistic tradition are the Qliphoth or demonic powers associated with the chest, the fourth sephira of the Tree of Life. Chest meaning in its positive sense, the word is used of kindness or love between people, of the devotional piety of people towards God, as well as love or mercy of God towards humanity. Let's not act as though Asta doesn't meet this description. Although Asta is not loved by Mana like the elves, he's indeed loved by everyone else due to his mercy, personality, and the gravitational pull that makes people acknowledge him for who he is. So if you can remember the clue we found earlier in the anniversary of Black Clover, Tabata left the word love associated with the 5-leaf anti-magic clover grimoire and the demon. When you take a look at the anti-magic demons panel, you can clearly see that love is written there. Why would Tabata leave such an Easter egg for the fans to read for no reason? And why would it say love? Of course the word love is part of Clover, but still, from what we know so far, Asta's mother died by the hands of Dante and she said my beloved son before letting him go. If we form a connection between these two, this could be a point of evidence we have to take into account that the demon could be linked to Asta's mother or father. Or in another interpretation, it could be saying love as in stating the anti-magic demon was passed on to him through the intentions of love to save the world from tyranny. This all links back to why the anti-magic demon said that he is indeed the closest person to Asta and why he is such a powerful person compared to other human beings. Furthermore, when looking at real life texts of what this level of the tree and the sphere is, it states it's an order of devourers who seek to destroy or devour the substance and thought of creation. Astaroth seems to be an androgynous deity and is mentioned in the Lesser Key of Solomon as a very powerful deity assisted by 4 others. In the Dictionnaire Inferno, which is a book on demonology describing demons organized in hierarchies, Astaroth is depicted as a naked man with dragon-like hands and feet, a second pair of wings behind the first, wearing a crown, holding a serpent in one hand and riding a wolf or dog. And again, another clue how this is related back to Black Clover is because in the ending themes of the anime, we see the Lesser Key of Solomon seals of the devils being featured right after Asta is interacting with the anti-magic demon. This can't be a coincidence. As you can see from these images being displayed to you right now, the seal which is shown compared to the real depiction of Astaroth, it's pretty much the same. In real life, the Lesser Key of Solomon is an anonymous grimoire on demonology. The ruling force of this process in the realm of the Gaexhabla is Astaroth. He is one of the main princes of hell and a powerful goetic duke commanding 40 legions of spirits according to this book. As you can see, the clues keep adding up. The devourers in this realm are exactly how Asta has been described by the Witch Queen, Veto, and many other characters throughout the series. In this realm, it is stated Astaroth is a demon that has the power to destroy and devour creation. This is exactly the concept of anti-magic in Black Clover, as it essentially deletes all other creation and magic other characters create. The Witch Queen said that all magic in front of Asta is useless due to his anti-magic. The grimoire describing Astaroth warns that he is not to be approached, as his breath is noisome and foul. Astaroth smites ideologies and authorities. We can see this being the case once again, as Asta's anti-magic indeed confirmed that he hates Lucifer and the hierarchy system the other demons have put in place because they call him paltry and the discrimination he faced. The creation of Asta's character doesn't end there in terms of the aspect of him being based on a king or duke. For example, the 3 swords Asta possesses right now is actually based upon Viking designs of their blades back in the day. Norway also holds the 3 swords in the rock monument, which commemorates the historic battle of Hafrsfjord, which by tradition took place there in the year 872 when King Harald gathered all of Norway under one crown. The largest sword represents the victorious Harald and the 2 smaller swords represent the defeated petty kings. The monument also represents peace since the swords are planted into solid rock so they may never be removed. This again reminds us of Asta since he also wants peace and end racism, but at the same time his swords look exactly the same as the 3 we see in Norway. Everything that's based upon Asta's creation is based on kings or something else. Although Tabata said, you know, my man Tabata is basically saying he's a king because he said Asta's based on himself too and his whole personality. Anyway guys, that's everything for part 2. Remember, if you want part 3, you need to smash the like button and hit the notification bell. We need 30,000 likes up in this biatch, so I will cover the creation of the demons, what is negative mana, and much more. Make sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, or Discord to stay in the know of our community, and I'll see you guys next time.